Warning: spoilers for Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 1. Star Wars wants Leia to resemble Anakin, and the Obi-Wan Kenobi finale proves it. While parallels and comparisons between Leia and Anakin Skywalker have been common since the prequel trilogy revealed more about the fallen Jedi, it's interesting to remember that Leia being Darth Vader's daughter was a last-minute retcon that only came to be during the making of Return of the Jedi. However, as is common in the franchise, that retcon was expanded and better incorporated into the Star Wars timeline, to the point where small similarities between Leia and her biological father can be found, not only in the original trilogy, but in other segments of the canon. After The Rise of Skywalker concluded Leia's story in a bittersweet way following the passing of original Leia actress Carrie Fisher, the character returned to a live-action Star Wars production with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Leia is played by Vivian Lyra Blair in Obi-Wan Kenobi, and the story of how Obi-Wan had to leave Tatooine to rescue the Princess of Alderaan forms the primary plotline of the show. The actress' performance as a younger Leia beautifully echoes how Carrie Fisher had crafted the character, and it helped flesh out the iconic Star Wars princess' early years. One way in which Obi-Wan Kenobi added to Leia as a character is by showing how similar she is to her biological father, Anakin Skywalker. For a long time, Leia's appearances in Star Wars focused on how Bail Organa inspired her to be a political leader. This is exemplified by Leia's role in Star Wars Rebels, in which the character is seen going on diplomatic missions at just 15. The Star Wars sequel trilogy also highlighted how the way Leia was raised influenced her trajectory as a leader, as seen in the quick exchange between Poe Dameron and Lor San Tekka in The Force Awakens about Leia being a general or royalty. Now, on top of teasing how Leia would become a rebel leader, Obi-Wan Kenobi also offered a more introspective look into Leia's passionate and fearless personality, all things that came from Anakin. How Kenobi made Leia more like Anakin. The first parallel between Leia and Anakin in Obi-Wan Kenobi is how both characters got to know Obi-Wan when they were at the age of 10. For Obi-Wan, taking care of a 10-year-old Leia and traveling across the galaxy with her must have been a reminder of how his journey with Anakin Skywalker started. In addition, ever since Obi-Wan and Leia's first encounter, the princess never took no for an answer and always wanted to make sure that Obi-Wan was being honest with her, something very similar to how Anakin's relationship with Obi-Wan was built. Leia also didn't want to be just someone to be protected, and while Anakin himself got captured during Clone Wars several times, the Jedi Knight always wanted to be part of the action. Leia would only be trained in the ways of the Force after Return of the Jedi, but Obi-Wan Kenobi shows that she didn't want to wait much to get a blaster of her own. Obi-Wan Kenobi also showed that Leia has a natural aptitude for fixing things, which is another parallel between her and Anakin. It's only at the end of the Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 1 that Obi-Wan tells Leia how much she resembles her biological parents, but those similarities had already been evident throughout the entire Disney Plus series. Leia's final line is the opposite of Anakin. The moment Anakin says goodbye to his mother, Shmi Skywalker, and leaves Tatooine with Qui-Gon Jinn can be interpreted as the beginning of his journey as Jedi. In an interesting parallel, Leia asks Obi-Wan if she will ever see him again, which is the same question Anakin asked his mother in Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace. The difference is that, in The Phantom Menace, Anakin asked the question as he was leaving the planet himself. In Obi-Wan Kenobi, Leia asked the question while watching Obi-Wan leave. Both scenes highlight how affectionate Anakin and Leia were in their youth, something that plays a huge role in how their respective stories evolve. It is Anakin's affection for Padme and fear of losing her that causes his downfall, but it is also his love for Luke and Leia that redeems him in the end. Likewise, Leia never giving up on her son is what helped Ben Solo finally go back to the light in The Rise of Skywalker. More than their fearless and cunning attitudes, the most interesting parallel between Leia and Anakin shown in Obi-Wan Kenobi is how both characters were destined to face a life of war and conflict despite being raised as altruistic and affectionate persons. Want more Obi-Wan Kenobi articles? Check out our essential content below. Obi-Wan Kenobi Cast Guide. Every new and returning Star Wars character who voices Darth Vader in Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 1 ending explained, in detail, everything we know about Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2, Obi-Wan Kenobi vs Darth Vader, winner explained Obi-Wan Kenobi's Force Ghost cameo explained why Obi-Wan Kenobi is so weak, in his Star Wars show, Who Were the Jedi in the Tombs, in Obi-Wan Kenobi Episode 4, Obi-Wan Kenobi Episode 6 Easter eggs and Star Wars references explained Darth Vader, pulling the ship pays off a 14-year-old Star Wars dream, what happened to the Grand Inquisitor. Every Jedi alive during Obi-Wan Kenobi's timeline key release dates, Rogue Squadron release date. 2023, 12/22.